Welcome back. If you've been on social media at all in the past few weeks, you may have been fooled by videos that looked pretty real, but in fact were made up. Thanks to AI, you can type in a couple words into an app like Sora and you can generate an entire reality in seconds. It's crazy stuff how fast it's developing. We're joined by Ash Black this morning, an AI specialist from the University of Arizona. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Really glad that you guys are diving in on this because, you know, the first question I want to ask you is one that people say a lot is AI a fad?
It's definitely not a fad. There's a lot of hype around it, but it's a massive evolutionary leap for our society.
This is not going to be a thing that we just experiment with and then it goes back into the recycle bin.
No, it has. If we stopped AI development today, we'd probably need 30 or 40 years to unpack.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, the main focus and the reason I wanted to talk to you is because we've got these new apps like Sora and things like this coming out. They are making such realistic video now. And it used to be, we could say, you know, count the fingers or things like that and spot these videos. And they are getting really good. Some of them you can still tell, but how can you tell anymore, or can you no longer kind of trust your eyes to do that for you?
I think definitely we've reached a point where we can't trust our eyes to it, particularly because we live in an information world where we need to take it in kind of fast. So like, who has the time to sit there and scrutinize every frame, right? But if you're looking for ways to do it, basically what you said, context, like if it's a cat flying a plane, then that's obviously not real.
Yeah, that's a little easier.
That's easier. But then there's like statistical tools we can use, which is like, there might be clumps of pixels somewhere that look artificial, or there might be transitions between video frames. But the reality is that AI can beat that too.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of time.
We were talking about this in our emails back and forth, is like, the thing that I think a lot of people have to understand is like, this technology is as bad today as it is ever going to be going forward.
Right.
It's only going to get better, and it's improving crazy rapidly.
Yeah, it's doubling in its power about every 4 months.
Which is what the traditional computing model is. That used to be what, like 5 years?
Well, like 18 months for chips.
Yeah.
And things like that. Yeah. So it's the weird thing is that the speed at which it accelerates is accelerating.
Yeah. And so when we're browsing online, I mean, you know, what we're going to do on our end is like, we're going to try and be as careful as we can to scrutinize every video that comes into our newsroom, make sure it's real before we put it out there. But if you're scrolling through social media, there's not necessarily a filter for that. So what can you do?
Well, at a government or a species level, if we could decide that we needed digital watermarks, it's relatively easy to do, and we wouldn't even have to notice it as humans. That would be really wise, I think, because it would allow for ourselves to know the difference between artificial and organic media, but it would also allow future AI models to know the difference. So that's a big deal. But in the meantime, I think maybe we're at a point where we sort of accept the challenge to look at the world, the real world, with our own eyes, and understand that anything that's coming through a screen could potentially be misleading, and maybe in a weird way that gets us to a better place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be.
Yeah.
That might be. Well, this is a continually, as you mentioned, evolving very rapidly. So we'll probably keep checking in with you every once in a while, because these tools, they are coming out fast.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate you coming in. We'll be checking in with you again soon.
You bet.
In the meantime, we'll talk.